Hello, this is János, it's Reword Audio, and now we are going to hear about something really crucial, really important, and which will also be a very fast answer for you in case when you think your system is not dynamic enough, it's not lively enough, or it sounds boring, or maybe it doesn't. You just want to spice it up, you want to step it up, and you want something better than what you already have. And our story is starting today with my main amp that I'm usually been using as my number one amplifier, which is it's a single-handed, well, not triode, but triode mode tetrode. And I'm using that normally. And what I did, now I switched it to my Ampex, which is a push-pull. Well, I also run it in triode mode, but it's also a pentode, or we could call it tetrode, because the electrodes are internally connected. So essentially, anyway, it's depending on how we call it, who owns the patents. It could be anyway. Either or, it's 5 electrodes and one internally connected, so essentially it's being treated presented for the user, for the engineer or the one who builds the amp as an effective tetrode. Anyway, so very, very long story short, I am constantly using these two amps and I'm switching back and forth between them, using one for half a year and then the other for half a year, and they are constantly in my living room. And you see one sits there on the shelf and the other one sits here on the floor, and whenever I want to spice up life, I just switch between the two of them. And believe it or not, anytime I switch, the one I switch to always sounds better than the one I switch from. So how can this be? So that's why we can never tell if the triode is better or the triode both are actually pseudo triodes. But this one is single-handed and that one is push-pull. And we could say that, of course push-pull sounds more dynamic. But heck, when I'm running this for half a year, the push-pull amp, and change it back to the triode is more dynamic. I have more dynamics, and it just goes like, wow, soundstage just opened up everything. And guess what happened today? When I switched to the push-pull amp, I felt that the dynamics, it's almost like plus 20 dB, more expensive, deeper soundstage. The sound more came out to the living room, and I'm just enjoying it more. It's more lively, and despite I'm listening to it at a lower volume, it sounds louder. And guess what? You see, I'm going to show you something there. What I put in the amp, and there you see that there's a switch. That switch there, that switch is the input tube, which is right there. I'm pointing at it. So that switch switches the operation of that tube between mu follower and cathode follower. So now it's switched to cathode follower mode. So it means that that tube provides no gain. It just provides current drive for the input, and that limits the total gain of the amplifier to about 250 milliwatt output power. And that's not because that amp is 250 milliwatt out. The transformers are easily capable of 25 to 40 watts of unclipped pure power. I would say 25 watts of perfectly undistorted power, and it can go up to like 60 to 70 watts of output with some distortion on it. So, and also the tubes can put out those tubes in with this transformer in this amp. It can put out like 60 watts of output transformer. I mean output power. I'm sorry, 60 watts of output power. When the input tube is in the mu follower orientation, and when I switch it down, and of course I lose the gain of the input tube, then there's much less gain, and with the max input I'm getting about 1/4 of a watt from the amplifier. And guess what? Into my voice of Lancelots, which are like above 100 dB efficient, that 1/4 of a watt is, well, I'm just watching like Stargate Atlantis, and it sounds like really powerful. I don't have the need. Usually what I do, actually, it has a volume control down there, and I turn the volume down because sometimes it's just loud enough so that it doesn't let the cats sleep. So I just turn it a little bit down, but it's loud enough with that 1/4 watt that if there's any kind of outside noise, it easily throttles it out. Anyway, this brings me to another issue, that for your amplifier, the amount of power you need is not a specific amount of watt. It's always a function of your speaker. You have to match the two between each other. And why is that? Because when I switch to mu follower mode, which means that it can put out like a lot more watts, like 100 times more watts, literally. And however, in that case, that's just way too much. So I constantly have to keep the volume down. And when you turn the volume control down, you lose a lot of the sound quality. So basically in this 1/4 watt mode, I'm enjoying this normal level of listening, which goes to quite brutal, like bass impact anyway, and really full sound that really fills the whole living room, and is just perfect. But when I switch to mu follower, then that kind of effect only kicks in when it's playing much louder, which is just insanely loud, which I normally don't listen to. That would give me like sound like way above the 100 dB, like 120 dB, and that's just way too much. Anyway, for even for non-casual listening. And so basically for everyday listening, 1/4 of a watt is plenty for the voice of Lancelot with this amplifier. I'm not saying that 1/4 of a watt amp is enough. There's a lot more to it, and if you watch more videos on my channel, you can find it more. And if you want to know why, I can specifically make a video on that. So for now, that's for today. And one more thing, which is really key to finding out, to having that balance, that when you switch between your two amps, the one you switch to always sounds better. The trick for that, and the secret, is cleaning. Clean your cables. You see my interconnect cable running there? Dust it and put Pronto or Pledge on it, and clean it. Clean the speaker cables, the connectors. Clean them. Clean everything. Dust everything. Apply Pronto on the shelves everywhere. Remove the dust from everywhere. And that cleaning is what will give you that massive improvement in sound quality. And when you are bored with your system, the main culprit for that is not your system. It's just the dust that your cables are picking up the oxidation on your cable ends. Get rid of that, clean your 2 pins, and you'll have a brand new amplifier. That's all for today. I hope you all had a wonderful past few months and a wonderful past 10 minutes. Bye bye.